What are the legal requirements to buy or invest in real estate in Colombia? To what extent do I need to hire a lawyer or not? That's common questions. Uh, Today I'm gonna cover all the legalities and all the legal things that you have to be aware when buying or investing in real estate. My name is Mauricio. I'm doing this live, and I'm gonna break it in basically three important parts. The first one is what are the requirements as a foreigner? What do you need to do? The other thing is the legalities during the purchase or all the process. And the third one is the question of in what extent do I need to hire a lawyer or not? So let's start by saying that the basic requirements to buy or invest in Colombia, the only thing you need is a passport. That's basically the only legal requirement. Yeah. Sometimes people ask me or want to get a visa, a Colombian visa. So let me tell you that this is a total different thing. If you want to buy or invest in Colombia, because you need a Colombian visa, that you will have to hire a different type of lawyer, and these legalities are different. So bear in mind that this is important because if you want to buy or invest in Colombia real estate, do it because you know that you want to have a profitable investment, not only because you need a Colombian visa. Of course, having being an owner or an investor, it grants you some status regarding the amount of the visa or the amount of the investment, and it give you it can give you a visa status. But this is a subject that I will talk about in another live. So that's basically the most thing that you have to take in consideration. The other thing is to know that, for example, the if you are, I mean, if you are a single person, you can do it with your passport. However, if you are already an experienced investor, or you have more than have bought one, two, three, or more than five properties, the other legal consideration that you have to do is the type of vehicle that you're going to do your investment. And for that, the most common way or the most common vehicle to do it is having a corporation in Colombia, an entity, in order to have all the properties in on behalf of one owner. And these are the other things that maybe you should be, I mean, you will be facing. And I know a lot of investors that they already have several properties on their behalf. I've been doing different type of investments. So this is a legal procedure that needs to be set up in order to also in terms of tax and this kind of things. But basically, this is the point. If you are a first-time person investor, the only thing you need is a passport. Well, the second thing that is important to know is the legalities in the process. And let's start saying about or talking about the title study or the title record. I made a video in YouTube, in my YouTube channel, explaining how to read a title certificate. That is the title certificate. That is the like the all the tradition of the property, and it states what are being all the history of the property, and it's important to know who was the previous owners. And these things, it requires to know if the property has a lien or has any pending lien. So it would require to know what type of lien it has, because at the end, who the charge of solving this type of thing is on the owner of the property. So you won't have to hire a individual lawyer for you to do it for him, because it also go into the type of negotiation that the owner had to clear the property. So this is only well, this is an important part. Yeah, you will be finding a property that have a long time liens that hasn't been sold, and in that case, it requires a particular attorney to do it. So it's also one kind of the legalities that you will be have bear in mind. But again, the responsibility of clearing is on the owner. The other legal thing that is important in the process of course, is the purchase agreement. In the purchase agreement, you state, well, what are you going to buy, the price, the terms, the time of payment, and the way of payment. Basically, that's the kind of thing that you have to do it. This is a document that I recommend to do it in writing, so everything could be stated in a paper. So even sorry, even here in Colombia, we have the verbal agreement as valid and enforced as well. It's important to have a purchase agreement in writing, and if is the case, also to not to be notarized. We have here notaries that can be, I mean, that can certify that the person who is the seller is the one who is signing this document. So that's the other important thing. Knowing what are the types of the terms or the negotiation in advance, and having the way of payment and these kind of things, is easy to set up a property purchase agreement. Here in Colombia, I mean, all Colombians think there are professionals, real estate attorneys. So you will find sellers that will be doing by themselves. But in this point, as long as you know what are you negotiating and that terms are stated in writing, you will be fine. And then, well, it comes to a part of the registration. The registration of the property, once the purchase agreement is enforced in a notary, when you sign a deed. Also, notaries, they support you in stating that every document that the property requires to make a close are in place. All the taxes are paid, all the administration fees, the HOA's fees are paid, and everything is in place that you have paid to the seller, and the seller have received the money and these kind of things. So, and in this place, the notary is in charge to make the registration. You, this is something that you can do it by your own. It's something that notaries are for obligation to do it. So it's important also to have a strong support from the notary. And this is something that you will be having a good relation with the notary on where you're gonna do the transaction and the deed. And so that's basically the phases or the legal requirements in a purchase of a property or an investment. That's basically what it takes. Then, from having you, the owner, well, the other thing that comes are in terms of taxes and what are your duties or your rights as an owner of a condominium, depending on where is your or the type of properties that you bought, it will be another type of legal requirement. But basically, if we talk in general about condominiums in a condo of apartment, you are forced to accomplish the laws of the internal rules of the condominium. Basically, is that, yeah, that's what we call reglamento. That's the rules of the use of the apartment. That's basically in the case of this process of buying in Colombia. One of the questions that say, okay, uh, hire a lawyer or not. Well, it depends. It depends how you feel. If you feel better having someone to know all, I mean, a lawyer on your side is fine, but just bear in mind that the buying process is more than the legal part. And the other thing is that not all lawyers know about real estate. So that's two things that you have to state, because you will find, I mean, as any other place in the world, we have in Colombia there is a lot of lawyers and there is a lot of doctors, and also bad lawyers, bad doctors, as well as good lawyers and good doctors, and specialize in this case in real estate. So that's if you feel that there is some type of investment or property that you're gonna have, it's interesting to have a specialized person in order to go with you in the process. However, as I said, not all things are related with legalities. You have to see also as well the tax implications. A lot of things about the negotiation and the way you're gonna use the property in a specific place. So that's something that it requires more common sense than an specialized lawyer. So that's what I think. Let me know if you have any other questions. I try to summarize this in general. Obviously, we will be finding a different thing depending on the type of investors, of investments, or the type of property you're gonna find. If it's a land, if it's a commercial, if it's a residential. But these are basically the things that you have to go in terms of legal requirements. So I hope to see you tomorrow at the same time at 11 a.m. I'll be doing a live, so I hope you will tune. Tomorrow I will be talking about what are the taxes and fees associated with a real estate transaction with real estate. So to complement more of the things that I have talked today. So I hope to meet you there, and don't miss the next live I will be making. So see you tomorrow. Thank you.